Well, gardening enthusiasts have one thing in common besides their love for plants, and that seems to be that they love to talk about the weather. Well, we're going to find out a little bit more about the weather and how it affects gardening. We're going to be visiting with J.D. Carlson. Hi, J.D.
Thank you, Steve. Hi.
Welcome to Oklahoma Gardening. Now, J.D. is the OSU agricultural meteorologist, and J.D. is going to tell us about a new program called Mesonet. Now, J.D., what is Mesonet?
Okay, Mesonet is the name of our new automated weather station network in Oklahoma. It's a project between the two major universities of Oklahoma, Oklahoma State and the University of Oklahoma. And as you see, this is a typical tower where we have 111 of these sites across the state. And it's really the best weather network of any state in the country. It really should help us.
Now we're going to put a map up on the screen showing them all those sites across the state. How far apart are we talking? I mean, is there pretty good coverage in every county?
Yeah, at least there'll be one Mesonet station in every county. The average spacing is about 19 miles apart, and that falls in what's called the mesoscale range, so that's why we make the contraction meso network.
Okay. Now, this is one of the sites here in our agronomy research farm in Stillwater on OSU campus. What are we going to see as far as some of the things at a particular site?
Well, if you look here, we have a 10-meter or 33-foot tower attached to which are a variety of sensors. We have sensors for wind speed, wind direction on the top, temperature and relative humidity. We have a pressure sensor, and it's powered by a solar panel, as you can see. Also, not attached to the tower, but to the right-hand side as we're looking, we have some soil temperature plots, both under bare soil and sod cover. And then to our left over here, we have the rain gauge, which measures every 100th of an inch. And on this tripod over here, we have a pyranometer to measure the solar radiation. So there's a wide variety of sensors involved in this project.
Now, another interesting thing about the project is kind of how it came about with the funding. Why don't you explain that briefly?
Okay, the funding came about 3 years ago in December of 1990. We were able, through the cooperation of both universities and the state government, to get $2 million from the Exxon oil overcharge monies. And in addition to that, the two universities chipped in $0.7 million, so we had a 3-year implementation budget of $2.7 million.
Well, that's very encouraging to see some of that money going to use like that. But how, I guess, J.D., obviously it's going to help the farmers with various aspects of their crops and farming, and also I understand it help in research, obviously, and just educating people as a whole, and even emergency management. But how would it affect us as home gardeners? What kind of benefits could we get from this?
Okay. I think I can mention 3 items where it would be useful. One would be just to know what's happening right now. What's unique about our Meso network is that the user will be able to get the data within, say, 10 minutes of it's being reported to our central site. And so you'll be able to find out the current wind speeds and directions, which would be useful if you're applying pesticides, temperatures and the trend during like a frost freeze night. All these type of things might be useful. There'll also be what we call value-added products. Later in the year, for example, we're going to have a model that would estimate the water loss per day from a Bermuda grass type lawn. So if the homeowner would want to keep track of how much water they put on each day and rainfall and how much has been used, they could know.
So it would help us to know when to water
their lawn. And
okay. Some future things too, right, that we might be able to pick up on later on, like what, wind chill or chilling hours for fruit crops, right?
Since this data will be sent every 15 minutes, we can easily calculate things like chilling hours or growing degree hours, things that are useful for monitoring different fruit crops and other things like that.
Well, it sounds like there's all kinds of opportunities for us as gardeners, but how would someone subscribe or get information, get hooked up on this?
What you need to do, first of all, let me explain who can access this. You'll need a computer with a modem, but they're giving out subscriptions now. We're not charging people yet. When we do, it will be $10 a month plus an initial $25 charge, but we'll provide all the software for their computer and
a little bit of
provide
training,
user support. So they need to write the Oklahoma Climatological Survey in Norman.
Well, also, I'm sure, as we've talked many times on the show, they can go to their county extension office and they can give them information on how to get signed up and more information too, as well as hopefully a lot of the county offices will be providing the information to the public too. So JD, we appreciate your time. Thanks for
Thank you,
bringing
Steve.
us up
I've
to date.
enjoyed being on the show.
Thanks.